Let me get set up. I want to see if anyone is able to see my screen. Okay, it's looking like it's possible. Okay, hello everyone.
Stadium in upstate New York.
So hello, this is K Ghost. I'm going to break down my Singleback Doubles scheme out of the Run Balance Playbook versus this guy. I just played this game. This dude had me at my almost at my wit's end. I'm gonna play this guy. I'm gonna show how I dealt with it, what problems I faced, and how I was able to beat him. Okay, let's get to it. We're going to start on special teams. We're not going to skip pass opening kickoff because there's a reason why you play hard every time you kick it off. Let's skip past this for a little bit. Yeah. He gets this. We get a fumble on the opening kickoff. Boom. Immediately, what happens when you see this? Right there. What happens when you do that? You have to play that aggressively. You can't just let up the foot. You now have to play aggressively. You get an opportunity like that on the opening kickoff, especially if this is like you're getting ball at half. So if you score here and you get, I'm getting too deep. We gotta move into the scheme. But that was a great special teams play. So we're going to Singleback Doubles. Obviously, I messed up here. I messed up there. I'm in wing tight. I get here. So I'm setting my audibles now. I was a bit slow this game. So I'm going to go back a bit. Okay, so if I can get to a good frame. Okay, we'll get there. So the first thing I come out in is halfback draw. I believe so, right? Let's see what we're in. Do I show this? Yes. So, setup 1. My very first opener whenever I come out in this formation is halfback draw. That is the opener. That's how I start. What you're going to see is to the left side of the screen, left of screen. What's happening? We have a double mug front. So, when you're blocking against the double mug front, you pick one way to slide. When you're pass protecting, and you pick up those 5 guys, and one guy's coming free, right? So on a draw play, the blocking is the same as pass protection. So we're getting a 3-man slide because it's Madden. We're getting a 3-man slide. So we're taking Von Miller on the edge, 97, and the linebacker in the A gap. Those 3 center, 74 and 69 are going to slide out, kick out, and get those guys. We're going to go man-to-man on the linebacker, and the other linebacker in the A-gap is going to be taken by 76. 50 is going to make sure it's 91 doesn't penetrate inside. And Musgrave, 88, the tight end, he's going to climb and get to the safety, hopefully. Sometimes he'll take the edge rusher. Other times he'll take the safety. In this instance, the safety's in the box to the side we're running. So you're going to want to get the safety. I have him mic'd, so he should someone should go get him. I'm not worried about the edge rusher. I'm trying to leave that guy free. So how to get to this specific call in halfback draw, you need to slide your line left and ID the sixth person you want to block. So now you, especially against this front, I'm going to let it play. Let's go. Who came unblocked? 50, right? Let's play this again. Where was the gap? The left side, right? Because when you read a halfback draw, it's literally you get the ball and you just run through the first open gap. A lot of times your open gap, it's not going to be the B gap. It's either a B gap or backside A. So it's literally two read. It's a two gap read. You're reading front side, gap open, no, and then you cut back. Usually when there's no gap open on the front side, you can cut back. It's kind of like scramble drill when you're running with the QB. Let's play out one more time. We got it. Second and 11. Hurry up. I run this up tempo when I see something I like. So in this instance, I see that I'm confident against double A in this offense. So I've gotten him in double A. You're not getting out of double A gap, right? He's not going to be able to get out of this, especially in a 2-4-5 with a 4-3 team. So now, the reason why I did this way now is because I realized I might have messed up in like trying to take away the wide A. So I'm like, okay, if I can somehow manage to get 97 blocked in, 74 works inside, I'm working that way. I'm taking the linebackers in the gaps, the D tackles, and number 50, and we're still letting, and then taking up Poyer, who just came down into the box. The only guy that can come get me is Von Miller. And now it's a race to where, oh no, see? What happens when I see this? That's 7 of the blocks, I have 6 blocking. And there's no open gaps. The only open gap is that C gap. And there's Poyer's there. So this is automatically telling me it's cover 0. So you got to get out of this. Get out of the run. When you're gapped out like this, unfortunately for me, I'm a bit too stubborn. He caught me there. 3rd and 15. This is already bad. Here's the audibles. I tried to get a good frame of them before. This is a better frame. So we have tight end post, which is exactly this. The only thing I change when I run this is I put square on a streak or a fade. Either one works, whichever one I'm thinking at the moment. He does this. What ended up being audible 2. This is L1, this is deep attack. I end up audibling to deep attack. So this is good against any too high safety coverage or press man. Why? Because those streaks on the outside, they're inside release fades. So they're going to get up the field, break in, and then get to the top, and they have a small break, it's like really subtle. It's hard to notice on the screen. But when you play, if you really take this into practice mode or smart route the route, you'll see it. It's a lot more apparent then. It's about 5 yards. So if you get pressed inside, they'll get to that 5 yards and they'll start fading down the field. So this is very good against press man and too high. Too high, specifically 2 zone. Not cover 2 man. This gets a bit dicey. But if you can catch someone in robber, if they come out and robber press, this is a touchdown to either side. To Dobbs on the right or Watson on the left. Touchdown to both sides. Also, whenever you have wide open middle of the field, throw the post, right? That's kind of self. You can throw the post whenever there's wide open in the middle of the field. The post will get to the top of its break. Normally, it'll sell enough of a vertical release, that you're going to be able to break that inside and throw as soon as it cuts. If all else fails, you can throw the running back on the check release. But in this case, it's looking like he's going to be blocking Von Miller. It's not what happens. Okay. So we're going to be blocking 23 with the check release. So if 23 comes, we block him. If 23 doesn't come, 33, the running back, is going to run his check release. 23 comes, but I get caught up in the backfield. Sadly, this is about the worst thing that happens in this entirety of this game. There are plays that you won't be able to play perfectly against, but you may be able to get away later in the game, and that's what's going to happen. I ended up winning this game 21-8, but I didn't score first. But here's why. We're going to go right back to that play. But I messed up my audibles. This is where me realizing that I messed up my audibles, and I had inside cross as an audible instead of wide shallow cross. That's the messed up audible. It's pretty simple. And yeah, that's the difference there. Wide shallow cross instead of inside cross. The difference is I put that right side receiver, I put him on a curl instead of that fade pattern, because it's a stutter fade. Especially when you get onto the field, you look at it, you'll notice that it's a stutter fade, not the fade like deep attack fade. It's a stutter fade, so it's going to be a quick, maybe I think 5 or so steps, stutter, and then go downfield. Because of that, I would rather have him on a curl to be a quick access release play, because wide shallow cross is a quick concept. You're reading cross, dig, check. And then if the check's not there, you could probably throw the curl. The curl's an alert, the post is an alert. Those are pre-snap reads. Your progression is cross, dig, check.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a
Is that what I came out in?
sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Okay, this is one of my bombs. This is a bomb play. This is one of my bomb plays out of this formation. I will motion over into trips. I'll motion into a wide trip. I will take 88, motion him to the left. He will not. That corner becomes a post. That post will still break underneath any single high safety, but it'll cross his face. If it's man, he's open every time. If it's cover 3, you're probably going to throw a pick if you try to throw that. You can lead that away and outside down the field if it's man. If it's zone, you're going to end up throwing that to a corner or a safety or somebody back there playing a deep zone. If it's zone, you read the dagger concept. But I ended up calling timeout. I did not like the front there. He was still in the mid blitz. While that play would theoretically be very good against that coverage, he's been able to get that blitz home. So you can't just do what you want. You have to know. You have to go to your blitz counters.
2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
4th down, I do not punt. I do not punt when I know that I can get the first down. Now, realistically speaking, I should be punting here. I should be punting here. There's no reason why I should not be punting. I should be punting. But I don't know. I'm just too overconfident. I'm going to go for it on 4th, especially in this situation where I know I can beat the play. It's only going to take one coverage bust from him, especially with how aggressively he's playing, for me to do this. I'm not really too worried about his defense. So we're going to go back to it. In a sim league, I would not suggest doing this. I would never suggest anybody to actually try this on a 4th and 18. Punt the football. Punt the football. Okay. But because I'm in the mood to try and go for this and go get this, we're going to show something off. This is a play action play. I'm going to put the running back on a wheel, motion him over to the left, and create a switch release. I'm going to have a switch. I'm going to have a post wheel with the 3 and 2, and a wheel trail with the 1 and 3, with the running back motioned out being the 3. So the square is going to clear it out, and Jones is going to come back in, go behind him, and trail him back up the field.
Stay out there. They'll take a chance on
He's in too high. We're going to motion him out. Boom. Now, Musgrave being put on a streak, that was a blunder by me. I didn't mean to do that. But that will drive away anything. You could also throw that C route. If you know you have one-on-one, you could throw the C route on the side. I just don't trust Dobbs versus Tre'Davious White because abilities. It's Madden. Reality, I probably would just throw that, but I don't have the time. Right? We're going to block. We're going to block Musgrave. We're going to stop the play. Boom. Look at Watson. He's beating his man. Now, throwing to Watson there, that's me trying to get an arm punt, but that's also me saying, I've noticed Watson is beating his man on that fade. It's a dangerous throw. Again, I would not recommend making that throw on 4th and 18. That's a 1st and 10-ish play. But if you can catch someone in this, you may be able to get that over the top. My first read here normally would be triangle, R1, square. Right? So, firstly, triangle, the post is closed. Right? Poyer is bailed out. He's bailed out to the post. 87 is not going to beat him to the corner. It doesn't look like. R1, 33 isn't going to beat 23. 23 has him on the wheel. But square is even with 7. 9's even with 7 on that left side. He's square. I know he's faster. I'm going to throw this. He's taller. I click on. I have to let him catch up because this ball is guaranteed to be underthrown because it's Madden. So I have to let him go by, box out. I'm not pressing any catch buttons yet. I'm user catching this ball. Hitting triangle. Right here. Boom. And it gets knocked out. Perfect play, perfect throw, perfect pass, perfect catch, and it gets knocked out. 8 points off the board. Let's go play defense. This is going to be an offensive video, so I'm going to skip past this. Yep, he scores. We're going to move past this. We're going to move past the 2-point conversion. That'll be a video for a different day. Second offensive drive. Not much on the return. Got it to the 23. I just return everything. Why not? I come right back out in that play. I come right back out to this concept. Why would I do that? Why would I come back out to this concept? Simple. He was beat last time. And it wasn't a one-time thing. With more field to work, Watson is not going to have to come back to the ball. Watson's going to be able to leave him down the field. And that's what I'm going to be able to do as long as I can block this up. And the difference this time, I believe I block with X. Same read. Same exact read. When you have a play like this, especially if they're going to come get that close on basically a stack. That's a stack right there. They're not lined up, stacked up on top of each other, but that's a stack. They're in a stack formation, right? They're clearly right there on top of each other. You can't press either of those guys. That switch release is going to get those corners, going to get those DBs running to each other. We have 6 to block 6 with 88 chipping. We just have to drift left and throw left. Drift left, throw left. So, again, boom, boom. He gets through. Sucks to suck, but if we look a little bit, exactly how I said it happened. 9 was open, 11 was getting open. I just wasn't able to buy the time. I didn't set up my protection properly. Okay. Second 14. Hurry up. You want to keep the offense up tempo when possible, especially when you see something like this. I'm not too worried about mid blitz. You want them to stay in it. You want your opponent to be predictable on defense. The more predictable you can keep them, the easier it is to beat. We go back to deep attack. Simple. quick read. We're reading post. We're reading fade post. I see double high. That means it's cover 4, 2, 2 man or 0. We know it's 0. So we're looking post to cook the nickel. Fade if the safety stays over the top. Post if the fade if the safety stays inside. Post if the safety goes out. We're reading that safety 23 up top. He comes in. We motion him out. I made the change. Instead of having 88 run that hitch, that stick route, I blocked him, put 33 on the hitch, motioned him across formation, making both safeties have to move to that side. Unless he's playing coverage with those linebackers, which we're going to have a leverage advantage. So now that we have an empty set, empty set now. So now we can work the twins. We know it's 0 high. Watson will cook that corner. I know this. Now I just got to buy time.
Second down, long.
I ended up throwing to Reed. That pressure showed early. I ended up throwing to Reed. But both of those guys were going to be open either way. Should have been open either way just because of how we bumped both of those safeties across. We could throw this upfield. If I led that properly, if I lobbed that over and threw it upfield, we might have been able to score there. But that's the first completion for 20 yards. Let's keep a minute. Let's try to run the football, right? This is another one of my audibles. Ooh, excuse my stuttering. I'm trying to do this one take. It's another one of my audibles. It's power alert bubble. We are reading. This is a box read. With the power, 74 is going to kick out. So I'm going to see if I can get this play art back up. Here it is. 74 is going to kick out. So he's going to go up through the C gap. He's going to headhunt through the C. That's where he's going to end point, right? So 97 is going to come through free. Actually, no, he's not. He's not going to come through free. 69 is going to reach 97. The center is going to reach the backside backer. 76 is going to drive the front side backer back across. 50 is going to try to reach and drive 91 inside. 88 is going to be the kick out man, and we're going to run through that gap. Run right through the alley, as John Madden would say. That's the run. We have the advantageous box. The only person that can come through, we have that lineman 74 who's going to be completely having no one to block. He can go climb and hit a safety. He can climb and hit a corner. This should be this has all the potential for a touchdown run. When you run gaps between runs, especially when you run them with a puller, you could basically just ignore the backside. Anybody on the backside is dead to rights, pretty much. If that corner bites on the run fake as well, or on the run as well, we could throw the bubble because that's 3-on-2. If he goes 2-on-2, the safety's too far inside. We block and it's another one. RPOs are great. I don't know why people hate on them so much. You gotta come think about it through front and coverage. Front and coverage determine run fits. If you can't pair a good front with a good coverage, you're gonna end up giving up stuff like this. I didn't get outside enough. 91 got through. That's just what happens when you have good players, right? Let's go back to this. He washed him inside. Where did I need to go? The screen was covered. I need to go outside. Safety's going in. I need to run this outside of the tight end. Sadly, I just get caught on 74, and we get tackled for a loss. 3 rushes for -6 yards. That's never good. It's never good. This is one of my worst rushing games, I will admit. Okay, I believe if I stay in this, again, I'm going to use that same audible that I mentioned, square and a streak. We're going to read it like flood. Okay, I motion into empty. Back on the swing, triangle on the corner, square on the street. This is a simple sail concept. You're going to read this square. You're going to read this high to low. And our alert is X on the post because we see middle field open, right? If we can get leverage, we're throwing the post immediately. If we get a clear window. 1, 2, clear window. 21 has his shoulder pads away from the quarterback. He doesn't even know the ball's being thrown. The most he can guard is the width of his shoulder pads. We're going to lob this upfield, pretty much aiming directly at the referee. Though 9 has also lost his man. 87 lost his man. 11's about to break. Everyone's open on this play. We throw this right over. And we take this pretty much to the house, right? To the house. Just short. We're on the 1. Okay, we could have scored here.
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
Let's see what we come out in here. Halfback dive. Halfback dive. This is a zone blocking play. Right? They're going to use covered, uncovered rules. If there is a lineman to their gap, they're going to go reach and get to their gap, to that lineman, right? If there is no lineman in that gap play side, right? If there's no lineman to their gap play side, they're going to reach back. They're going to turn around and push somebody back. So it's a simple read. It's kind of like wide zone, kind of like inside zone. Same read. It's just a dive play, right? The only difference between this and I form is you don't have a lead blocker. No fullback. The guy who would be the fullback is the slot receiver. Well, slot receiver's subbed in instead of a fullback. This is the offense I run.
Play a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
But we don't stay in dive. we click over to power because, again, why not? What do we have to lose? That safety 23 is playing in no man's land. This is terrible red zone coverage. Madden is so bad with coding red zone coverage. I don't know why, but they just are, right? So again, same rules. We're going to go through power. I believe we either run the power or you toss the screen. Which one did I pick? We have an advantageous there. Advantageous gap. We motioned him over. Even if we motion him over, the rules don't change. So now, instead of with 50 still going back, 74 is going to go kick out that defensive end. So now I'm moving 88 to make sure Von Miller cannot come past and just come, because 69 is going to have to reach 97 to D-tackle there. So I'm making sure that Von Miller cannot knife through this backfield, as well as presenting trips, because this motion in this formation condenses 9 and 11 into a more stacked formation. They get closer together. It makes that screen easier to throw. Now 9 and 11 are pretty much stacked. That's a dirty stack. They're pretty close together. They can reach out and touch each other if they really want to. We throw the screen immediately. Why? Because now the guy guarding 11, which I know it's man-to-man because of how Micah Hyde has played down. We really could just run this ball. I really could have just ran this. But we throw the screen. Madden being Madden, of course, this is like terrible, right? This is not what you would want to do. This is not how you would want to do this at all. But you throw the screen, it's there. We got the worst of both worlds. That screen was open. That was a touchdown. I'd still get hit. So, yeah. Really probably should have just handed this off. Give him a similar look. Same rules. Covered on covered. We just like discovered on dive. 50's now going to go reach because his play side gap is a C gap. He's going to go reach that defensive end. 76 is going to reach 91. Center is going to reach right. Is going to reach the backer standing up the A on the right on the play side. 74 is going to reach backside backer. 97 is going to reach front side, backside D tackle in the B gap. 88 is going to seal on 40. If anybody else comes, they're going to be coming free. But we scared him enough with that screen. Where's the gap? B gap. This should have been a B-gap run. Or I could have cut this back. I have B-gap, backside C-gap. This is just bad reading by me as a running back. Just bad reading. That's a bad read. Let's see what I do here. Oh, this time I bring him across to show that same look. I want to keep that safety honest, right? He's going to come inside. That's fine. Whoa, pause. He's going to drive inside. That safety's going to come down into the box. He's still thinking I'm going to run. I'm planning on throwing this screen, right? He's still going to have to work over a ton of players. Dobbs is going to be able to still block the guy that's following him, so we're still just as even as we were before in the box. And possibly we can run, if we get a C-gap run, if we get an outside lane, we can run this outside and just beat out the safety over the top. That's what happens. We get in. Oh, yeah. Bills' momentum sucks. Did not go for two. Let's get past all of this. Let's get past most of this. Dang, he had the ball a while. Hold on. Fourth and goal. Little fourth and goal stop. Triple option stopping. Drive number 3, it's 7-8, right? Like I said, this game ends 21-8. He doesn't score again. So it's up to us to make sure we get a lead and can stay in the lead here. Got to play smart. Got to play better. I come out in Dragon. Why? Dragon's good against pretty much any type of man coverage. You're going to get a rub. It's simple read. Slant flat, high low. Reading second defender in. Does he go out? Does he go in? I'm reading it to the field. So I'm reading that high safety because I know that backer who I set them as the mic is coming. I just know. They have a defensive end as a backer type. He could drop out into coverage, but I doubt he's going to do that based on previous tendency. So I'm going to throw this immediately. Boom. Quick read. You don't want to run the ball here if you don't have to. If you can get a quick throw like this, you get the quick throw. Look at all that space to the right side. Look at all that space to the right side. 87 is going to beat his man while we are still getting ready to release the ball. Right? He's going to beat his man inside. 88 is going to get this catch, and pretty much 23, the man who's trying to haul it downhill, try and break up this pass. He's going to end up getting a rub by 87. Yep. Boom. This could have been a touchdown. Right here. This is a touchdown. There's one guy to make miss or one guy to run past, and that's 23. We got past him, but I couldn't make him miss. That was a touchdown play. That could have been a 98-yard touchdown if you do that right in the open field. One of the many reasons why you should never be that aggressive down on their goal line, right? That's something you give up. You have to play a tad more conservative because when you give an offense that much field to work with, disaster plays happen. If even short plays can be turned into disaster plays. That's the nature of being aggressive on D. Again, 0 blitz. Look at the box. He has, that's 8 in the box. That is 8 in the box. And he's playing outside leverage on both of those wide receivers. This is cover 2. He's in cover 2. This is either cover 2 or this is some sort of cover 2. Because why else would they be playing outside leverage like that? Unless he's been getting beat on the fade so much, right? Now we're going to run Lion, but I'm going to still have that running back swing out to try to pull that safety out of the window. I'm not really too worried about any of these backers dropping out, really just because if they drop out, then I can sit back and read. If any of these guys drop out, I can sit back and read. So I'm not worried about it. I just have to throw quick if they all come. He drops 91 drops out. Now, this is the worst throw I could have made here. This is the absolute worst throw I could have made. This ball should have been thrown to the number 9, Christian Watson. He's in cover 2. This ball should have been thrown to 9. I'm about to throw this to R1. That is a 0-yard flat. He is sitting on that flat route. I could throw this to 11 with proper timing. I could have thrown this to 9. I threw this to R1. I threw this 33. Bad idea. Good thing it's Aaron Jones. He caught the ball anyway, but most other running backs, that's going to end up in a pick. That was a risky throw. That should have been intercepted. Live and learn. Sometimes you get lucky. Rather be lucky than good, right? Same thing. Now we have a little flood going here. Get him in at trips. Try to kill him through there. Boom. What happened? You could see the read. You could see the read I was making. I was trying to throw that to Square. I was trying to throw that to Watson. 76 could not block. Did not get to block his man. There's 13 minutes left to film. That's insane. Could not block his man. It's 3rd and 9. 76 blocks his man. We get that ball off. This is goal line fade. It's a simple, pretty much a Salem concept. You're running a glance route with a hitch under. You're reading top down on that left side. I believe I double teamed 91 because I have 7 blocking. So that protection allows me to have 69 sliding to 40. So we're going to have a 69 slides to 40, 74 slides to 97, the D tackle. Center slides to left side backer. Back has the linebacker coming through unblocked because of the double team on 91. The edge rusher gets chipped by the tight end and is left free. But they don't all come. So I don't have to throw this ball as quickly. I can sit and read my routes. I'm good in protection. What is he in? Right? So let's go back. We're good in protection. Boom. Glance route. He's too busy bailing. He's in cover 2. He has to get back to his spot. He has not gotten there. NFL safety probably drives on this throw, but he also has his back turned. He can't see me. He has his back turned. He's not turning around fast enough to make a play on this ball. He's playing too far underneath. We've gotten him. He's got. I kind of flatten this ball just to make sure. Throw it just as close to the range as possible. Now he has to turn around and try to make a break on this ball. He wouldn't even see that this ball's thrown. Realistically speaking, this would automatically be a touchdown. But look, wide open grass, one guy to beat. Christian Watson, we just run past him. Just run past him. All I have to do now is run straight up that hash, and that's a touchdown. I did too much trying to cut back across the field. I get tackled. Bad habits, guys. You gotta get rid of those. But I'm not gonna let that dissuade me. We're gonna keep moving on. Quick power run. Falls forward for about 6. Cover 1 hole. That's something I should have noticed. He stopped blitzing. He definitely stopped blitzing. So, again, my apologies. I had to stop that recording. Again, he's in cover 1. So, I didn't even notice that he had stopped blitzing. Well, I did post snap, but I didn't notice it. I would have started calling different plays out of my playbook. But as you notice, I like to stay in this base formation. And, oh no. This is like cardinal mistake to make. Never, ever come out in a 4-4 formation against 11 personnel. This is just, you're just asking for death here. Like, if they have a tight end that can run, that I've proven my tight end can run fast, you're just asking for a linebacker to get cooked because he has run fits, and now you have to cover the linebacker and the tight end still. You might be good with the defensive backs, right? But the linebackers are left out to dry. He doesn't want me running the ball anymore, but I can pass pretty much anywhere on the field now. Just off the alignment here. Spreads his linebackers, doesn't change anything. Boom. X is open. X is open. I don't even have to say it. X is open. X is going to get wide open on this fade. This is Z under, by the way. This is Z under out of Singleback Doubles. Triangles on out. Squares on a 10-yard dig. Circle's about to come underneath on a 5 and in. R1's on a swing to the right. X is on a stock fade. Kind of like the one on, exactly like the one on deep attack to the outside, but he's on the inside, and he's going to fade away from the safety. That safety has no hope of covering him. That linebacker has no hope of covering him. The only person that can probably make a play is this corner if he bails out and sees the tight end quick enough. But lag. Laggy gameplay, man. That's all you can... That's the killer of everything. I could still throw this ball. Look at how much space I have on my tight end. It makes me have to make this throw when I'm not on time, but yeah, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I can still throw it. He still has all that space. The only thing is, you can see Trey White lighting up. That's that deep out KO. That's just not good. It's no good there. Overthrown, but it's going out of bounds. That catch is going to be made out of bounds. Just make sure he doesn't land in bounds there. We just leave that alone. We don't interfere with the catch. We just make sure he doesn't land in bounds. Little Madden thing. If you got to box out, box out. I threw it out, essentially. I got lucky again. Again, rather be lucky than good, but I still think I'm pretty good, right? Again, that's another instance of luck, but you got to play perfect, right? When you're going to play that aggressive style of defense, you got to play perfect. He abandoned his assignment, and that almost went bad for him. But, again, could have been thrown better. Shouldn't have thrown that outside shoulder. Should have thrown it inside. I didn't see the corner. Caught him again, right? Here's another variation you can make to this play. I'm going to do it right here. Watch what I change. Boom. Absolutely nothing. Nothing changes. Musgrave motions over to the left. I now have a dagger concept. Also, quick little thing. Whenever you have a trips formation, that third receiver against double high, that third receiver is always going to be on some kind of linebacker or defensive lineman, right? Especially if it's nickel. If it's dime, then it might be a defensive back, right? But against a nickel formation or a base formation, it's going to be a linebacker or a defensive lineman. I know he's not going to try to use Von Miller to cover that guy man-to-man downfield, right? So I know the only person that's going to probably be covering this guy is that linebacker who I have set as the mic, right? So if he comes, I throw this immediately up the middle for a wide open touchdown that nobody else is going to be near. If he doesn't come, I just loft it over his head. Either way, we're throwing the stacks. Look, he notices this. He notices this immediately. This also makes Von Miller have to widen his path because he can't just run straight through him, right? He notices this immediately, right? There is no... he knows he's in danger just based on how that motion comes across. He has to fly over the guy at that tight end. I've caught him once again in mid-blitz. That linebacker takes terrible pursuit. I'm going to go back a little bit. Watch that linebacker in the A-gap. Terrible pursuit angle. Terrible pursuit angle. All you had to do is dive through. Gets blocked. 50's coming free, but I'm too far away from him. This ball is going to come out before he can get there. 21 has gotten out of leverage. Oh, I didn't get this ball off. You know, man, I don't know. I should stop talking about that. This play, that's just a failure. We're going to score on this drive either way, but that's just failure. Square was open and circle was everything besides pretty much the out was the only thing not open. I didn't get this ball out in time. All right. Still going to slide to the left. We're going to slide to Von Miller this time. He backs off. This is the difference. I put him on a curl. It's a 4th and 10 situations. Curls just beat man coverage in Madden. When in doubt, throw a curl route. Unless they're shaded under, you're not going to be able to guide that without a zone drop. He's wide open. He's wide open, but I'm not looking over there. I'm looking to the dig. After Micah Hyde immediately chases that fade, it's already pretty covered. So like, he's still playing 0-yard flats. We just lost this to Watson. We don't make the same mistake twice. We fake him out. We score. Again, that's another 4th down that you probably should just kick the ball. I'm aggressive. I like to play aggressive. I'm going to go for it. Ends up working out. Got to take risks sometimes. All right, we're going to skip past defense. If possible, we're going to skip past this. Oh, I think I have the ball back. Yep, we get a pick here. We get a pick there. We're going to play some offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flanker. This is flanker drive. That pre-snap motion, you're going to read the drive concept there. You're reading 87 on the under, X on the 88 on the dig. Really, with Micah Hyde flowing to the strong side, I probably should have just thrown the 11 on that seam, fade, but maybe, I don't know. That pre-snap looked discouraged so I read the drive concept, especially since I'm getting pressured, but 33, actually I'm good in protection. We throw this down, we throw this so out in front and as low as possible, right? Because this ball needs to be the receiver or nobody here. Possession catch that to try to get the most out of it. Do not rack that. We get 5 yards. We hurry him up. We caught him. We're going to go back to the run when possible. Try to get a read there. It's man coverage. We know this. He's going to bring him down. That's too bad because he should have just kept coming. We caught him on power. Only a matter of time. 21-8. This ends up being the final score of the game. This game doesn't go much farther after halftime. He quits out shortly after. 21-8. I believe, I play another series on defense. He does not score before half. We kneel it down. Halftime, we adjust. I get the ball at half. I don't think, right?
And a good return.
Let's see some of these plays out. At this point, we're just running plays. We run a counter. Not terrible. Could have been better. Could have been ran a bit better. We're at 40 yards now. We started for 3 for -6. Now we're 8 for 40. We started for -2 yards a carry, and now we're 5 yards a pop. That's never give up on your run game. We gotten them out of We've gotten him completely out of his zero blitz scheme from double mug. Now he's going to try and run something else. Guess what? He's still in cover zero, or whatever this is. I don't know. Either way, I see a wide open middle of the field. You're throwing the tight end post. Lob that up. Boom. He should have just tried to tackle there with 7. Gets a lucky dive. We're in the red zone again. 8 for 11, 218 yards and a touchdown. 8 for 11, 218 yards and a touchdown. That's efficiency. That's nothing but efficiency. I've explained my scheme pretty well enough to this point. Boom, boom. We caught him there. Hurry up. Now he's trying to penalty himself out of the game, encroachment penalty. Except he's trying to quit. He comes out, jumps off sides. Actually, he doesn't. This is me trying something new. Dagger concept. We're going to read triangle, circle, X. So we're going to read seam, dig, cross. Really, I should probably just make this some sort of mesh read somehow. I should have put square on a cross back underneath, but yeah, I didn't want that safety poaching over. He ends up doing it anyways. Right? Probably should have just thrown this to R1 immediately, but didn't have time. He got me. We stay in the same formation. We don't move. Yes, we do. We motion the tight end out. In Singleback Doubles, when you flex the tight end out and you push him out, that Z comes up to the line of scrimmage, and on the other side, the 2 wide receivers condense their formation. So now they're in a close enough area to where they can run switch release routes and stack and get rubs. That wide receiver on the outside condenses. We just throw the curl. There's the curl we've been talking about. That's it. Get a little get a little pretty on him. Set the ball down in the end zone. 28-8. He quits here. Yep. He quits the game. That's about it. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this explains some of what I do on offense in a way that it makes sense to be put together. I put this together with Share Factory Studio. That's how I recorded my video. I'm live streaming it now, but I'm going to probably re-release this as a video to be seen on the channel as a normal upload. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you've gotten to this point, putting up with my rambling, maybe I'll make a script. But I just wanted to get this impromptu video out to show that it's not impossible to play from under center, right? It's not impossible to play from under center in the game of Madden. You can do it, and you can do it with an explosive passing game. All right, guys, that's it. Later.